Okay, tape is rolling. Digital tape.
Will do.
All right. How's everyone doing tonight?
Great. Yeah.
You know, it's pretty good for the first time, even with my clogged ears. The first thing to start by saying that I just recently recovered from a minor cold spill. You've heard the story a few times. You've seen me at the Yesto event, Tracy event. My hearing's a little stuffed up, but it's getting a little better than it was last time, though.
Good.
So I've got about maybe 30% of my hearing. If I don't hear you the first time, we just come over and do this. Don't think I'm broken. I'm temporarily out of order. Okay. So, but let's try it one more time with everything we've got. How you all doing tonight?
Great.
There we go. All right. Well, first of all, Kate, that was a fantastic introduction.
Thank you.
I want to give a big round of applause to Kate Sogg for stepping up. And I want to start off by saying that what Jim Shaw mentioned earlier is very near and dear to my heart. That's what the GNA is primarily about, is collaboration. And without collaboration, you can't get anywhere, right? Who can get somewhere on their own? Raise your hand if you can get somewhere on your own. What do you need to get somewhere? I'm sorry, I caught you while you're reading. That's okay, the camera is not on there.
Everybody?
We need people, right? We need to learn how to, get along with people and work with people. And in order for people to help us, what do we have to do first? We have to help them, right? That's called
Leverage.
well, leverage is one way to put it, but I like to use a better word than leverage. Paying it forward. Who here knows what a pay it forward concept is? Who does not know what the pay it forward concept is? Because if they don't know, Jim, we're going to show them the door. No, just kidding. Just kidding. So, we're a big pay it forward organization. Like Kate mentioned earlier, we do get these rooms for free on the pay it forward promise that we're going to purchase from the restaurants. So when we come here, they have to turn their lights on. They have to, provide us with a server, a cook, and normally air conditioning, which costs a lot of money, but unfortunately it is not working today, and we do apologize for that. But it does cost money for a business to have us here, even though the letting us use their room for free. So we do ask that, please pay it forward as best as possible. We do realize some people can't afford to spend a lot of money on food while they're out. They're going to make a small purchase because if you go to other events, they're going to charge you $20 just to get in, right? And that doesn't include food, right? Okay. Now, Stockton is very near and dear to my heart. I want to mention the story here really briefly, then I want to bring it to the stage and get to know a little bit better. How many of you here have lived in the Stockton or surrounding area for at least the last 5 to 10 years? Okay. How many of you have done some networking out here in Stockton besides this event? Okay. I used to be involved with another organization out here. Most of you know what it is. I will not mention the name because I'm recording this and people can see it and you want to keep it professional. But 3 years ago, a good friend of mine that I actually met in the Bay Area at the networking event I was attending, that was visiting from the Modesto area. He just so happened to see the event online and he had some other things to do in the Bay Area, so we came to this event. I met him, found he was from Modesto, and after getting to know him for about a year, and after he was coming to, I was also there at that time too, he started coming out once per month. He wanted to run his own thing. So he ended up launching a pretty huge event here about 3 years ago in Stockton. Now, most of you know the name of that organization and know that event. It was over at the Waterfront Plaza Hotel. Okay? And I remember it was Wednesday, January 5th, 2011. I remember the date perfectly. It happened yesterday. Yeah, Pilar's laughing because she's like, yeah, you remember that, huh? I remember I got lost getting there because I had been to Stockton, but hadn't been to Stockton in a while. And Stockton's grown. Stockton is like much bigger than it was like, 15, 20 years ago. It's huge, right? So I'm driving around Center Street. I'm going around the loop. I'm like, where the heck is this hotel? I'm trying to call my buddy who's running this event. And the last thing you want to do is do what? Call the organizer 5 minutes before the event's about to start because she's trying to arrange the event there and everyone's trying to call and say, oh, I'm running late, or how do I get there? And But I did that anyway. He picked up the phone, he told me how to get there, and I got there. I walked into the room, 130 people in there. I was like, wow, this is huge. I'm like, this is bigger than chamber event. And after that event, I fell in love with the people in Stockton. I fell in love with the city of Stockton. That I live in the Bay Area, I really don't know. I live in Redwood City, which is halfway between San Francisco and San Jose. And I just loved it so much that I kept coming back, twice per month after that. And then after a while, the event started to kind of taper off. We started to do more of our own things, so we kind of stopped coming because that event started to change. Now, 3 years later, that event was still running up until about a month or two, Kate? A month or two ago. And Kate's song actually, years down the road, ended up running that event. It dwindled down. And then, I'd say it was about 3 months ago, 2 months ago or so, Kate sent me a Facebook message saying, hey, Elias, we no longer run that event in Stockton. Would you like to help us run a GNA out here? And I looked at my screen, and I couldn't believe what I was reading, because I really wanted to get a GNA event out here. Last year, we were working with somebody else who expressed interest to run a chapter out here, and it was kind of like pulling teeth to try to make it happen. So we kind of just tapered it off. But at the GNA, we don't ask people to run chapters. We wait for them to come to us, because when you come to us, then you truly want to do it. You're self-entrepreneurs, you're not getting paid to do it. It's voluntary work. So if you truly have it in your heart to do it, you're going to express interest, and then we're going to help you get it going. When Kate did that, it really touched me. I was like, yes, Kate, yes, tell me what you want, Kate, whatever you want. Because I really care about this town. And I don't believe any of the stereotypes that you and I mentioned, Kate. Remember when we shot the Watch That video, you were saying, people have the stereotype that Stockton is not a great place to be. Stockton's a great place. But it's up to us to get out there and make people feel welcome to come here. And that's what the GNA is going to do out here. So we really want to make a huge dent in the economy here. I mean, realistically speaking, Stockton and the entire Central Valley area got hit very hard in the economy. And, there's still a recovery process happening. It's not as bad as it was years ago, but it's still nowhere nearly where it was before this economy hit, right? So we're going to do whatever we can to help get more people here. The GNA has a huge network in the neighboring Sacramento regional area. We're trying to pull people to come down here to do events. And what happens when they come down here and they meet you? You run your own events, right? Who runs events here? Okay? How many of you would love to have people from surrounding areas come and make a special trip to your event, right? Okay? That's what we want to do. We want to bring people from the Sacramento area to Stockton. We want to bring people from the Tracy area, Modesto area, and even the Bay Area to come out here to Stockton, because that's how much I care about this city here. Okay, so with that being said, I think everyone gets the point how much I love Stockton. Welcome, Debbie and Dara. And we have a couple other people here. You know what, Kate? Should we have them introduce themselves really quickly?
Yes. So,
why don't we do that really quickly here, and then we'll do the presentation.
Joanna, can you introduce yourself and tell us about your business and what a good referral for you is? And your favorite smoothie.
Again, I'm sorry.
You have to stand
Your
up.
name. Do you have to stand up? Your name. Your business. What a good referral for you is, and your favorite smoothie.
My favorite smoothie, that's part of it. I'll just start with that first. That would be apples and greens and that down the juice. So my name is Joanna Wright, and I'm a real estate investor mentor. I mentor people. I don't want to say the word teach. I mentor and guide them through their real estate transactions, both in retail and in wholesale. So lots of different avenues there. Won't get into that. But a good referral for me would be someone who's eager to learn about how that can work for them, to build their portfolio, or to get an idea of what real estate investing is all about. I can help them with that. Movies and
And if you could stand up too.
My name's Pam Barrett. I've been a property manager for 22 years. I'm also Joanna's partner on some things that we're involved in. We recently have become probate certified, so we're working on that. A good referral for me is somebody that's been extremely happy with what I've done for them and feels that I've exceeded what their expectations were. That's it. Yours. The green honey. You like those.
My name is Dara, and I'm owner of Dark Oak Productions. I'll make commercials, give you really good beer gas.
Favorite smoothie?
I'm Debbie J.C. Walsh.
Favorite smoothie?
Favorite smoothie?
What's your favorite smoothie there?
Natural.
Alright. Cool.
The green stuff?
Yeah.
It's all good. Just no sugar, none of that crap.
That's awesome.
I'm Debbie J.C. Walsh. I do dog training, value dog training. I'm also the Sacramento Regional Director for the GNA. I also run the Ribbons Mastery, and my favorite smoothie is probably strawberry.
Wow. Cool. You guys surprised me. You were the second Debbie.
Oh God! Well, I need a beer.
But it's not only
I'm
you.
sorry, but
Okay, so we got everybody here. Okay, so I think the next thing I want to go into is collaboration. And I feel it's very important to, everybody's equally important here at the GNA, but there are some people that really stand out that are also known as a center of influence. How many of you have heard of the term center of influence? When you think of a center of influence, what do you think of that type of person?
It's someone who is going to have appreciated what I've done for them and is going to be able to talk about that to not just one or two people, but several people, and that would blossom. So that's a center of influence.
That's good. Let's take one more person here. Yes, West Floor, center of influence.
Center
What
of
does that mean?
influence is someone who knows a lot of people and is a center of influence in their community, in their...
Absolutely. You're both absolutely correct. When I think of a center of influence, I don't think that person is any better than anybody else. But that particular person or those types of people are what I like to call the social butterflies. Who's heard of that term? Jim, are you a social butterfly?
Yes.
Yes.
Extra wings.
Jim, she came right in and sat next to you because you're like the biggest social butterfly, like in Stockton, right?
I guess.
We're just teasing.
Spread the wings and fly.
We've got
Butterfly magnet.
Okay. So a center of influence is somebody, you know, the way I look at it is, you know, they're very well connected. They know a lot of people. And when you know someone that knows a lot of people, you want to hang out and associate with that person. Why?
Fine. Well, they'll introduce you to people too.
Connector.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, nobody else. So a center of influence has influence on a lot of people. And if you become good friends with the center of influence, and you help that center of influence, and you pay it forward to him or her, what is that person worth like going to do for you in return? I've got a lot of people that I can introduce you to, right? Right? Like, Jim, how many people for you they've had here tonight?
Between me and Kate, I personally have probably about 5, but I think Kate also has.
Now, I didn't ask Jim to do that, but that's how Jim is.
I think you're paying them, you're going to treat them for dinner.
Yeah. No.
No, they want to be here because they want to see what this is all about and they're friendly.
I can't wait to watch the replay of this. But in all seriousness, you know, Jim's a great guy. Him and I, you know, we've known each other for quite a while now. We've become really, really good friends, and we've collaborated forces. And, you know, I've helped him out in certain situations, and he's helped me out. He helps me out without even asking, and vice versa. And that's what a great center of influence does. But also, a great center of influence does not expect anything and will give without expectation. When you expect something, you shut people down, right? Okay? When you just give from your heart, more comes back to you. might not come back right away. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of you here in this room that have given, right? And you probably given to a ton of people. And for a while, you probably got nothing in return, right? And you were frustrated. But you know, when we give so much, we all get frustrated, but how we handle it is different, you know? We handle it professionally. But if you keep on giving and giving and giving, don't let those frustrations get to you, Pilar, it comes back to you tenfold. It might not come back to you right away. It might take a year or two, but what happens? It comes back, right? You throw in the towel right before you're about to take off like a rocket, you're going to miss the boat by that much. So what I want to do at this time, I want to introduce some of the centers of influence, and Debbie's looking at me because she's one of them and she doesn't think she is. That's okay, she's humble. That's what I really like about her. Why don't we do this? Let's bring her up first. Please welcome Debbie Daisy Walsh.
My day.
How you doing, Debbie?
I'm worn out, actually.
So Debbie, we have another lady here that drove from Folsom, April Diaz. She's a brand new GNA member. I think you may have connected with her on Facebook. So I want to thank everyone that came a long way today. Now, let me just, share the importance of Debbie Walsh here. Debbie's somebody you definitely want to connect with. She is a very straightforward person, but she's honest and she'll say the thing. She won't lie to you. And she's one of the big... Let me know when you're done laughing. Because you're going to get a chance to speak in a second. Debbie here has been one of the most tremendous pay-it-forward people within the GNA. If it wasn't for this woman here, we would not have been in Sacramento. I'm allowed to blow your head up.
Yeah,
I'm not blowing my own head up.
I blew my own head today.
But she got mad at me off the record that, you don't give me enough recognition. Now you don't want it, right? And that's why I don't,
Today's not the day.
Just not today?
I signed my life away, people. I had to buy a new car today because the Wi-Fi exploded.
Right?
It exploded at the car dealership at
But let me just share a little bit about you because we want everyone to know everybody here. It's really important that you not only know the people here at Stockton, but we know the surrounding chapters because we want to try to pull people from Sacramento, like we said, to come down to Stockton and vice versa, help each other out. But Debbie here has done so much. I remember when we watched Stockton GNA. It was, almost 2 years ago?
Yes.
We were downtown at the Pyramid Ale House Brewery in Midtown Sacramento. That brewery is no longer there. They've done a lot of changes in Midtown, right, Debbie?
Yes, they have.
And literally, I left early. It literally took me an hour to get from the freeway exit to get to the brewery. It's that jam-packed. It's like worse than San Francisco in Midtown Sacramento. So we realized that wasn't the right place to have the venue. But I didn't know a lot of places in Sacramento. I didn't know what to do. I knew you could move the venue, but I didn't know one. This lady here, we had become friends. We were friends for about 6 months. We met at another event in the Sacramento area I was attending. And she goes, "Hey, Elias, I can help you find a venue. I know this place. We can move it. I can take care of it for you." I'm like, "Really? You do that?" I said, "Well, you know what? There be some co-chair people for, we need some leaders for GNA. Would you be interested?" No, I'm not really good at that, but you're already doing the work as a leader. So if you're doing the work as a leader without us even asking you, why don't you step into the position and get recognized for it, right? It was like pulling teeth, but look what happened 2 years later. She's now the Sacramento area regional director, and she oversees the entire Sacramento regional area, including the chairpersons in that area and the other chapters, chairpersons and co-chairpersons. So I just wanted to, let you all know Debbie's a huge pay-it-forward person, and I want to give you a few moments here to say a few words, Debbie, about your experiences and what you're looking forward to accomplish and who you're looking forward to work with in the rest of 2014.
Well, welcome, Stockton, and I will be pursuing the Stockton area. So I couldn't wait for the Stockton area to come about because actually, for about a year, I've been keep telling Elias, Stockton, 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 Stockton. He's all like, "Debbie, what? You're crazy." I'm like, "No, I'm not crazy." What I'm looking to pursue is to grow this area, just like I did, to help everybody out in this area, just like I did with Sacramento. And I know I can do it with, a few people's helps, because Kate and I are pretty good, Jim and I are pretty good, close. We, communicate when we see each other. But I do come to Stockton for events and stuff. And this is my next avenue to pursue for my own business. Because Stockton's not as saturated as Sacramento for dog training.
Yeah. But you're also here to, and you're like a big pay-it-forward person then.
So I have a wall called NorCal Advertising. Who has seen that wall? So
What's the, I'm sorry?
NorCal Advertising.
The Facebook page.
It's a Facebook page. So if you connect with me, your business will be put in there. And what it is it's another avenue. Even though we only have 500 members, that page gets a lot of hits. Okay, because once you share somebody from that page, it quadruples from that page. And I don't think people realize, because it doesn't have a lot of likes, the percentage of hits it gets.
So another thing, because I've known you for a while, is that you're really good at paying it forward and promoting people through social media, which is really important. How many of you here feel social media is really important? Okay, as long as you know how to properly use it, right? As long as you know how to take stuff online and even offline. Because if you're not going to meet with people in person, you're really not going to get anywhere. You might make a sale or two, but are you more prone to do business with somebody you know? Like, if we got to know each other and you had a product I needed, you seem like a nice guy, and you sit down and have coffee one day, I might need your service. But more so, I might know 10 other people that need your service, right? But if we never met in person, we would never make that relationship. I'd be like, this guy's somebody in cyberspace. I have no idea. Well, you know who he is. but I know. Of course. I'm not going to question that. but that's what Debbie is very good on Facebook. She's very good at getting your information out. So you're going to want to, I know we got to move forward here, but you're going to want to send her a friend request on Facebook. She's Debbie, DEBI, and her middle name, which is her dog's first name, her middle name on Facebook is Daisy, so Debbie, DEBI, Daisy Walsh. Okay? Any final thoughts, Debbie? Got to move forward here?
No. Welcome, everybody.
Give Debbie the girl. Okay. I was going to go to you first, Scott, but I had to pick on Debbie first because she was looking at me and she had that look of anticipation and she couldn't wait to get on stage.
You just wanted a beer.
So the next person to bring up that I feel is very important for everyone to connect with. I mean, everyone's going to connect with everybody. Connect with all. These are the people here that you're going to want to set up your one-on-ones with and really get to know them, because together, between them, myself, and the rest of the leadership team, we can help connect with everybody and get you further exposure. So let's welcome our brand new Central Valley area GNA director to the stage, Scott S'more. All right, I'm just gonna stand out of the way. Come on up here, my friend. So God, let's come over here a little bit because we want the camera just being recorded too. God, how do you feel after a week of being blown up with a radio interview?
It's a little overwhelming. Like, here she is again. So I'm honored. It's great. I'll be honest with you. I'm not big on like titles. For me personally, it's not about the title. I really actually, for weeks, was like debating whether should I do it or not do it, because I have this thing about maybe I'm going to let people down, or I don't know what, just my own stuff. But I finally realized, if this is an opportunity to contribute and to help this organization, which I love anyway, if I can help it grow, if I can help steer it in a positive direction, if I can help make it even better, then that's great. And I love to pay it forward. I love networking. I love people. I love especially business owners. If there's anything, I feel, some people think about leadership as like, you're like a boss that tells people what to do. I look at it the opposite, like I'm here to serve you. If there's something I can do to serve each and every one of you to help your business grow, even if I can't use your services, if I can find somebody else who can. I'm very excited about Stockton. Central Valley is so untapped. It's like a gold mine. Stockton is a gold mine. So is Modesto, so is Tracy. And I'm thrilled that most people just look at the Bay Area, or maybe they look at Sacramento and they forget everything in between. And I'm thrilled that, Elias, you have taken interest and you want to put people on the map and the cities that are not as well known. And to me, that's where the gold is.
Does a little of our agriculture come from out here, God?
I think so.
You gotta be really thankful, right? That's a little funny joke there, but I mean, I really admire what people do out here. They work very hard, especially with 100-degree plus heat
I know.
during the summer to do that, right?
Exactly. And I moved from the Bay Area. I used to live in Menlo Park. I used to live in Redwood City in Palo Alto. So when I moved from the Bay Area about 3.5 years ago to Sonora area, which is very rural, like tiny in comparison. But I've really started to appreciate it more the small towns. When we talked about the center of influences, it's very interesting how I met Jim Chong, this through a mutual friend that neither of us haven't seen in years. It's bizarre. Like her job was to connect us, and then she disappeared. But anyway,
Jim Chong is the man, isn't he?
he is. No, he's okay.
That guy is just
He's
great
okay.
guy. Really gives you a hard time.
Now I don't.
We love
She
him.
taught me how to speak English.
Yeah.
Language of God.
Hebrew. Anyway, so I'm just honored. I'm thrilled. Whatever I can do to help any one of you, let me know.
Now, wait. Now, can I say? And is it okay if I say a few words about her before she walks off?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Is it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's come over here, front and center. So, the reason why God got this position is exactly based on what she said. He's a very humble person. You know, we're not looking for our leaders to go out there and dictate to people because we're all self-entrepreneurs. You don't want to be told what to do. You know, you left the corporate world because you got tired of that, and now you're on your own out there trying to make a living and help others make a living too. So that's a very admirable quality there. But another reason, what I really like about God is that she's a very sensitive person to other people's feelings, wants, and needs, but she's a very strong leader too. She's got a lot of passion and desire, and she's extremely genuine. She's here. So this is somebody you definitely want to connect with. On Facebook, she's got Grateful Slor. Just type in GAT, G-A-T. It's pronounced GAT, but it's spelled like GAT. G-A-T-S-L-O-R. And send her a friend request, and then set up your one-on-one with her. This is a phenomenal person here. And just to make one more announcement before we let you go here is that GAT recently replaced our former Central Valley Area Regional Director. How many of you know a gentleman named Brian Schilling? Brian Schilling is the owner of Zero BS Marketing, which stands for Zero Brian Schilling Marketing. Okay, no pun intended there. And Brian stepped away due to time constraints and other obligations. He did, serve for about a year, and he was very involved with our Tracy chapter and the Desto chapter, for time before that as well. So we definitely thank him. But it's definitely time to move forward, and we definitely have, the most amazing person in this position right now. So give God Grateful Slor a big round of applause. Hey, God. All that excitement the last week, I'll talk some little bit here, is that we have a radio show where we interview our GNA members. So those of you that are already connected with us, if you received a blow up God's Slor last week, it was on the radio, and that's what we do. The members that stand out and really pay it forward, we'll interview you, both the heck out of you for that 1 week period out of the kindness of our hearts. So, the people that pay it forward come around and allow us to get to know them, then we're going to pay it forward back to you in more ways than one. So, big round of applause for God Slor. What do we have next here? Jim Shaw.
Okay, Jim.
Okay, great.
Well, I want to thank everyone for coming here first, and of course for Elias and definitely Kate for really bringing this venue here. Let's give them a big round of applause. And what I really appreciate about the community here, especially, is really the ability to bring things together. Several of us are from the Central Valley Asian American Chamber of Commerce as well. Raise your hand if you're from there. And I want to thank you for participating because, we absolutely want to support venues like this. You know, we're going to be actually meeting at, I'm going to be facilitating MC over at the port of Stockton, not Stockton ports, okay? The port of Stockton. Are we meeting in the Admiral's quarters?
No, it's called the Commander's House.
Commander's House. And so it's going to be phenomenal, and we want to invite the GNA people to come out.
That's not the one next to the Waterfront Hotel, right? That's
No. This is huge.
This is
Stockton Ports.
This is actually at the port of Stockton.
Formerly was the port of Stockton.
Right, and there will be electronic signs guiding you.
Yes.
And the Commander's House actually sits facing the water. The rear of the house faces the water. So it's really a beautiful menu, and we're thrilled to invite everyone.
Yeah, and we want to definitely formally invite the GNA to come out and join out us. And definitely want to highlight the things that are going on. Of course, many of you know I'm in the financial arena. You know, we spoke with Catholic charities, many organizations for senior care, the financial arena, but really people like Joanna, she's an expert, literally an expert. One of, I think, 2 people that are really leading the geographic regions for real estate in terms of mentorship. And we want to really make sure that we bring value in the area, and that's what GNA is all about, right? Really giving to the members. And I'm very excited because Elias, graciously, we've been talking a lot. We're going to be helping through Solutions for Life, helping really with the speakers, the venues on some of the entities as well, just to assist. And I think this is a great platform because there's a lot of great people with a lot of great hearts, and we just love to talk, don't we, Scott? But the whole thing is, I really appreciate the spirit of the people here. A lot of it is all about really everyone's success. We all work together. What does team stand for? Do you know?
Together we achieve more.
Together.
Or accomplishes more.
Everyone accomplishes or achieves more. That is what we are all about. So give yourself a big round of applause here. And I'll be sharing more a little bit later, but thank you again.
Hold on, Steve. You're not going anywhere yet. Let's talk about collaboration.
Okay, sure.
Because you and I firmly believe in that. Without collaboration, nothing's going to happen.
Yes.
I mean, you just couldn't go out there and create Solutions for Life.
Right.
And say, I'm Jim T. Chung, I'm the founder of Solutions for Life. Come and follow me, you're going to get somewhere. No one's going to follow you, right?
Correct.
So, talk about the importance of collaboration. How important it is. It's like a radio interview.
Oh, yeah. We did a fun radio interview for our GNA section. We actually, within Solutions for Life, we have several call-in shows that happen throughout the week. We highlight different professionals. Mine is called Ching Machong, the quest for the cash cow. Yeah, he loves that, whatever. Patton, Ching Machong, yeah. We got one called Power Half Hour by Catherine Girardi. Jane Caff, many of you know her. She's a great speaker up there. She's also a Solutions for Life executive speaker. She also has connection relationship dynamics, talking about relationships. We have the She-Fluence Factor with Deidre Trudeau. And we just have some phenomenal people that have come through just this arena. And I'll tell you, Solutions for Life, it's really not about an individual. And I know that I would say that Elias would say the same thing with GNA. It really is about the people. I'm actually going to be a contributing author to a published bestseller here in the next couple months. And you know what I did? I told stories about other people. It was really all about other people. Because really what is going to make everything work for Solutions for Life, for GNA, for us working together, by definition, is working as a collaborative. Because we know that if you have one, they have this, I can't remember the exact poundage, but we know if you have one horse, a Clydesdale horse, I think you can pull something like 6,000 pounds, or I might be a little bit off on that. But if you get 2 of them, it would actually pull about 17,000 pounds. They can actually do more together. And that's what we're really hoping to do. I mean, collaboration is so very important. And I'll tell you, anyone that flies solo, as soon as they get tired of something, guess where the plane goes? It can go in many directions or down. And there's no one to really back them up. That's what we want to do, is back each other up, really use this. There's a whole venue I'm actually writing a book about in terms of really connecting and really leveraging the power of every entity. Like Joanna, she has a network. She has a really good, effective network, right? Would it be smart to work with her?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you have a little bit of network. I know. You have a pretty good network. How many friends?
3,700.
Only 3,700. So I have less than 2,000, so little me. But the whole thing is that, can you imagine? I know, I'm just messing. But you think, Kate, how many people do you have?
About 1,500.
1,500. Okay. What about you, Dot?
I don't know.
Okay. She has so many. She just does. But can you imagine? I have roughly about 1,800 to 1,900 people plus other leveraged venues. But let's just say my own personal about 1,800. But because of you, I now have what? Almost 6,000, right? I have another couple thousand there, another couple thousand there. We really leverage each other's network. Now, here's the deal, though. If it's all about Jim Chong, guess what? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's really all about everyone doing their part, right? Because if any one single person decides, you know what? I'm not going to get the message out unless it's about me. It just doesn't work. And I tell people all the time, it's kind of really interesting. Solutions for Life, we're all about establishing win-win scenarios. To really win, you've got to learn to give without expectation. But if everyone gives, guess what happens? Everyone gets, right?
Right.
Here, as we share what we do, I'm building credibility with you guys, right? Some of you might not even know. All you know is this Asian guy that is trying to work on his English a little bit. And the whole thing is that it's really pretty cool. Because Elias, some of you know him, he's very credible, right? He's saying nice things about everyone else, right? But I will tell you, each of these people I know personally, I'm trying to check it. Yeah, that's true. They are exactly like what he says. But because of his credibility, now I have credibility with you, so thank you for that. But if everyone does it properly, where we give credibility where it is due, then we all really move forward together. Does that make sense? It's all about collaboration. To do more, get more done, and in the shortest amount of time. And I believe speaking is one of the best ways to get a message out to the most people in the shortest amount of time. That's my venue of choice, which I may speak about a little bit later. But thank you, guys.
You're welcome, Jenna. I got one more thing.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold
Sure.
the clap for a second here. Hold the clap. I wanted to share a story really quick with you guys because this is one of the most important things we want to teach everyone here is that how many of you here know what branding is? Who truly knows what branding is and how it can effectively help you stand out. Right. I'm going to share a story with you. Jim just mentioned, cha-ching with Chong. First time I heard that, I was laughing hysterically. I was like, whoa, that's a pretty cheesy branding thing, right? But that's the whole point, right? Because let me share a story with you. I set up a one-on-one with Jim. We've had about 5 or 6 one-on-ones, right? We can't do that, right? But you wanted to meet one of my collaborating partners, who I'll mention here in a few minutes, Troy Brewer, who's the CEO and founder of Discover Tiny Town, and also on the GNA executive team. But we arranged to meet in Elk Grove, and I was going to pick up Troy in Fairfield. It's a 1-hour drive from Fairfield to Elk Grove. You've heard this story, but they haven't. The entire ride from Fairfield to Elk Grove, I could just stop saying, we're going to see cha-ching with Chong, cha-ching with Chong. You're getting so irritated. But the whole point is that the more that we say cha-ching with Chong, the better exposure is to you, right? Of course, being your humble self because you came up with a very creative branding name. So, another round of applause for cha-ching with Chong! Okay, so I want to just bring up one more person really quickly, and then I'm going to wrap up with the overview, which is going to, make you aware of how we're different, where we're at now, and where we're heading. That'll be real brief. So I think we just have one more leader here, Kelly Biao. Of our Tracy GNA monthly Mastermind chapter, and I know Kate Song is going to be looking for some help to run this event because it'd be nice to do it all by yourself, but we need help, right, Kate? So you are looking for co-chairpersons, right? That will assist to run the event and promote the event, and you'll have some stage time as well too. But Kelly, how about you share with us, what made you decide? Is this like the color Steve gave you? No? Okay. What made you decide to step into GNA leadership? Why did you decide to do that?
Well, a couple reasons. I believe in the GNA and what it does for people. I believe in genuine networking, period, and how to really share who you are and what you do really pays it forward in many ways. And having that collaboration among people who believe in you and support you and no matter what you look like, what you do is an amazing thing. And I wanted to support that any way that I can, and paying it forward to the people that come to these events and that support their business as well. So.
And what I have to say about you, Kelly, is that we met Kelly, I think about 4 or 5 months ago. You found us on meetup.com of all places, not Facebook. Now we're connected on Facebook. And now, since we're connected on Facebook, you're connected with everyone else, right?
Right.
It's a big difference. But you started coming to the events, and you got to know us, and she did come in every month. And she makes a point to come every month because she knows the more consistent she is, the more she'll be able to help people, and the more they'll be able to help her. So consistency is really key. And that's one, I did mention the leadership roles to you and the other person that was promoted in that area, Shannon Edwards, which maybe one day she'll take it out here as well too. But you ladies definitely stand down and greatly appreciate it. Any other words you want to mention, David? We're coming a long way from Tracy. What was it, 25 minute drive?
40 minutes.
40 minutes? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're in the depths of Tracy.
Oh,
you're on the other side of Tracy.
Yeah.
You're going across town.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm good though. It's okay. I mean, I enjoy it here. I guess I'm just looking forward to the many connections that I'm going to be meeting in this area and my own, and just trying to acknowledge East Bay, being, a prominent adversary here within business networking. So I'm looking forward to making many connections with everybody. So
absolutely. And on Facebook, she's Kelly Real, R-E-A-L Weston.
My maiden name.
Weston is your maiden name.
Correct.
Real is your married name.
Correct.
Kelly Real Weston. If you forget any of these names, just reach out to me, and I'll tell you how you can connect me a little bit here, and I'll make sure that you connect with everybody. Anything else, Kelly? You can't wait to get off the stage, huh?
Oh, it's just hot in here.
I know.
I'm smoldering from the heat.
I apologize. Next month there'll be AC in here. Trust me. They're coming to fix it tomorrow. But round of applause for Kelly Real. Okay. Did I miss any leaders here? I don't think I missed. Actually, Kimberly. Actually, you know what? I know.
I can stay right here.
Well, normally we get Kimberly up here, but there's a reason why, and we'll talk about that later. But anyway.
Elias,
It's out of respect for her. So I want to wrap up this presentation by kind of mentioning how we're different, because people always want to know, well, if I come to your networking event, what am I going to get out of it, right? Now I know that people pay it forward people, but at the end of the day, who actually wants to make business here? Who wants to do business? I mean, if you don't make business, you can't pay your rent or your mortgage, you can't put gas in your car, you can't pay your insurance. You're not going to be able to pay your AC bill this month. It's not going to be cheap. Hopefully your AC works, right? Who has AC that works in here? So, we want to make sure that everyone is doing business. But in order for you to do business, you have to participate. How we're different is that the GNA leadership team is here to support you with no obligation. We're going to pay it forward to you, and we're going to do nice things for you to help you get exposure to a certain point. But what we also look at is, hey, if we start doing a bunch of things for you, we are not necessarily expecting you to come give us back in return directly, but we'd like for you to pay it forward back to the organization, which helps everybody. And that's the difference. We want to help the communities, we want to help the people in general. So let's say, for example, I wake up to Jim Shaw. I'm going to pick on you today. And I just started doing a bunch of things for you. Nice things. I gave you business. You're making tons of money. You're like, man, I love that Elias guy, but there's nothing I can do for him. I don't expect to get anything back from you in return. But what I would appreciate is if you gave back to the entire GNA so everybody wins. So that's the way we look at things here. We look at things a little bit different, than the chambers, than the BNIs and the tips. We don't discourage you, to go to other events. Feel free to go where you want to go. But what we're saying is that, if you stick around long enough for GNA and meet all the wonderful people and connect with the people on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, we can connect with people, right, Debbie?
Oh yeah,
We
you know
get
what? Let me
overwhelmed
tell you
with
something.
people, but who here wants to be overwhelmed with their business? Right? Who wants to be overwhelmed with their business? Who wants to make money in their business?
Yes.
Nobody's everyone raise your hand. You're not being selfish by saying that, but we're a networking group. The purpose of the GNA is to help business owners move their business forward. But we also do have a support aspect as well. But if people aren't making enough money to pay their bills, they're not going to want to participate. So we want to make sure that we connect you with great quality people, and we help you when possible. I know you're all hot and draft yourself really soon. So, you know, where are we now? Okay? I'll just share a very brief story. About a year and a half ago, the GNA had just over 1,000 members in our Northern California GNA Mastermind group page. Most of you that have been connected with us here know what I'm talking about. Those of you that have not connected with us yet, we have a group page for our entire membership list from Northern California on Facebook. And as of today, I believe we have about 3,815 people, Debbie. And
I don't know,
it's over 3,800. Now,
it's not really on Facebook today.
let me be really clear here that those 3,800 people are not just anyone out there from anywhere. They're local Northern California people. Okay? And I'd say probably about 1,500 to 1,800 of them are from the Sacramento regional area. About 1,000 of them are from the Central Valley area, and the rest from the Bay Area. So those are good quality people. If you connect with us on Facebook, they put you in that group. You can promote your business there. You can, arrange one-on-ones out there. You can really connect with some great people. But just because we can do the tools to do it, doesn't mean you're going to do it. So, if you truly want to move forward, we're going to give you the tools for that, and we don't charge you for that. Where are we heading? I've been asked, how are you going to monetize the GNA? Okay? And I know everyone's hot, and I know we want to get out of here soon. This is the most important piece right here. This is where the vision is at. Do you want to bring? Are you really hot? Do you want to sit by the fan, or do you want to just bring the fan over here?
I am. It's okay.
Are you okay? Okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
The GNA is hot.
Yeah, there you go. GNA is hot.
This is the vision. Okay. People have asked me, how are you going to monetize the GNA? And it was never in my heart to monetize the GNA for profit. The reason why I started the GNA is I was really tired of other organizations taking advantage of people. This might not be the most professional thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm a pretty straightforward person. I didn't like the clicks that some other groups had. And I'm not bringing any other organization down. Chambers or KISS, BNIs, they have a lot of great things that I enjoy about them and I like about them. But they also have some things I don't really like about them. So what I wanted to do was take the best out of every organization I've ever attended and eliminate all the fluff that you don't want to deal with. And the first thing I wanted to eliminate was no clicks. Because here, everyone is equal. Everyone is welcome. And I'm going to shake each and every one of your hands before I leave out here, before we leave tonight. I think I have shaken most of your hands already, but we'll shake it again. Maybe it'll turn to a hug. Who knows? But that's how I care about people there. So that's where we're headed. Actually, I didn't mention where we're headed. We're not going to make the GNA a for-profit organization. We're looking to turn it into a non-profit. And we've been working on that for the past 2 or 3 months or so. And we're still, putting the final touches on it. We've also been working on getting our website launched. We've collaborated with some people that are helping us with that. But unfortunately, when you're doing it on a pay-it-forward basis, they're not going to prioritize you over a paying customer. So we're in the final stages of creating the website. It should be done within the next couple of weeks or so. And shortly after that, we're going to be launching the GNA nonprofit. We haven't decided, what route we're going to go. There are many variations of a nonprofit. There's something called an LC3, which you can do a part for-profit and part nonprofit. We may have to go that route because there are some things that my collaborative partner, Troy Brewer, which some of you know. How many of you know Troy Brewer, the CEO and founder of Discovery County Network? No one will connect me with him. There are some things that I may not be able to collaborate with him on unless you have a partial for-profit aspect. But near and dear to my heart, it's all about nonprofit to me. I'm not looking to make a profit out of the GNA. I'm looking to help people. We're looking to help the people, and we're looking to help the communities. We're looking to collaborate with people like Jim Chong and Debbie Walsh and Scott Score, Kelly, and the rest of you. And that's pretty much, where it's at. The final thing I'll say is that, consistency, what I'm trying to say, is the key element to any success. When I first became self-employed 6 years ago, I didn't replace my income for 2 years. Doc, you know that as well too. If you're self-employed, you get out there and, you're going to somebody's event. I've heard this all the time. I've heard from people that have been to 2 or 3 GNA events, they come to the 4th month, they say, hey Elias, I've been coming to your events. Well, first of all, not my events, they're our events, because it's about the people. And I've been coming for 4 months now, I haven't made one single piece of business. I'm like, okay, may I ask you a few questions? Are you open to constructive feedback? Right? Because some people are and some people aren't. And if they're not, then you can't help them, right? Okay? So, I asked them, how many one-on-ones have you had with people? I'm supposed to have one-on-ones? Well, do you not do business with people you know, like, and trust? How many people here do business with people they know, like, and trust? Now, I know that was big kind of another organization, but that's a common thing, right? You'd rather do business with somebody you know, like, and trust. Okay? If Jim Sean has a product I need, and someone else I don't know comes up to me to try to sell me the same product, who do you think I'm going to buy it from? Well, the other person, because you just drive me nuts, right?
Awesome! I achieved my goal. Awesome, right?
But I'm gonna go buy it from Jin Chong because I like Jin Chong. Because he's perky like myself. Okay? And I'll close with this, okay? This is one thing that I had to learn as well. Because when I first became self-employed 6 years ago, I was overly professional. There is such a thing in 2014 as being overly professional. Okay? Back in the days, in the 70s, you'd see these movies where, you'd have the used car salesman and the husband and wife would walk in, and the wife's dressed up in her nice dress, flowery dress, and the husband's wearing a suit and tie, right? The salesperson would come in and say, let's pretend you're the couple, right? Okay? Hey, Mr. Smith, that's a lovely tie you have on. Hey, Mrs. Smith, that's a lovely dress, right? Now, in the 70s, they're like, oh, wow, this nice guy, right? But in 2014, if I come up to you and tell you that, what's the first thing you're going to think about? The Sharky. Yeah. What are you trying to sell me, right? It doesn't work in 2014.
But not if you know someone that sells cars.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is we want you to all be yourselves. I'd rather have you tell me something in a very blunt way and be honest with me than basically just, give me fluff. I'm an honest person and I want see you later. I understand. Don't worry about it. I'm a person that likes to hear it straight. And I don't deal with any fluff when it comes to dealing with business. I just want to, hear it straight from everybody. So, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any other questions? I know it's hot here. We're going to be ending this really soon. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Nope? Okay. If anybody has any other questions, come and see me afterwards. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's bring back Kate's song to stage. It's not.
It's warm.
It's warm. It's yeah.